Super Mario RPG is a game I will never forget. It was one of the first RPGs that I had played from start to finish as a child, and I was hooked throughout the entire journey. It also had one of my favorite villains out of any RPG that I've played. Smithy was quite the formidable foe, and his army of mechanical monsters was something I had never experienced before, let alone in the Mario universe. As a child, it blew my mind that Bowser actually teamed up with Mario in order to fight an even greater villain than himself. When I finally finished this adventure, I was both happy that I had triumphed, but also sad that it was all over. The factory as we knew it ceased to function upon Smithy's demise, and the bridge between the two worlds was severed as Exor turned to dust. Peace returned to the world, but I can't shake the feeling that something about this victory wasn't right at all. As a child, I really didn't put two and two together, but looking back at it now, could Smithy still be alive? Now, that may sound a bit odd, but hear me out. Everything from the other dimension was mechanical in nature, from the giant snakes to the Power Ranger lookalikes. Because of that, the entire dimension was essentially a factory in which multiple copies of each character were made. That means that even though you crushed Smithy's lieutenants during the game, they could simply be brought back to life in an instant in the factory. With that said, the same rules could very well apply to Smithy as well. Sure, you destroyed the smelter and his body, but it doesn't mean another one couldn't have been made. Upon defeating Smithy's first form, you fall into a crater that is full of scrapped gears and tons of pre-made heads of Smithy. From the cropping of the background image, we can't exactly tell if these heads are linked to bodies or not, but honestly, the fact that they exist is all that matters. While these heads may have taken damage from the explosion caused by Smithy's defeat, for the most part they appear to still be intact. So while your party is celebrating their victory and restoring Star Road, the truth is, nothing about the factory environment really changed. As your party watches from Vista Hill, Exor fades to dust, and then the credits roll in as the game ends. Or so it seems. Exor was simply a gateway between the world of weapons and Mario's world. Just because Exor faded away doesn't mean that this other dimension ceases to exist. It's still out there somewhere, and Exor was built purely for invasion and transportation. And, just like everything else, Exor can be built again. But the biggest thing out of all this can be found through a telepathy reading through Mallow, and this is really where I derive some of my reasoning from. Throughout the game, you can examine monsters for their HP, and if you time it accurately, you can read their mind. Most of the machine copies of generals don't give anything substantial, but there's one in particular that does, and that is Mac. Upon examining Mac, he states, "Mario, I'm back," as if he's going to seek revenge. Now, we destroyed Mac earlier in the game though, so how does he still have this knowledge? If knowledge is passed on even through death, there has to be a link somewhere between it all. Furthermore, this is problematic because while Exor is dissolving and we are celebrating, a new Smithy body could be getting loaded with Smithy's past personality and memories. Even though the original Smithy died in an explosion, it surely wasn't big enough to consume the entire factory because the environment our characters are standing in is still intact. And more importantly, our characters are still intact. So as the credits roll in, Smithy's dimension could simply be rebuilding what it lost in order to strike again, or to strike another world. Because Mario was victorious in the eyes of the world, no one would think to wish upon Star Road for the purpose of having Smithy defeated, because they think the threat is over. While in reality, Smithy could be simply rebuilding to full strength to launch a second surprise attack when our heroes least expect it, or simply go on to attack other worlds, until they have enough power and resources to try to tackle Mario's again. With this in mind, it kind of sours the ending a bit. Because truthfully, the only way to fully eliminate the Smithy gang would be to completely eradicate their dimension so that no manner of reproduction could ever take place. Even during our journey to fight Smithy ourselves, countless machine-made clones were already produced and put into storage while we trekked through the factory. When they become active, who's to say they won't simply carry on the original goals and restore the missing components to their operation? It definitely paints Super Mario RPG's ending in a different light. But now that I've dumped that on all of you, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Do you think Smithy could still be alive, or perhaps be rebuilt? In your eyes, how does the knowledge get transferred from the original Mac to the new one, or rather across all machines? And last, trademark issues aside, would it be feasible for Smithy, if alive, to launch a counterattack at some point in the future and right off the bat seize the Star Road? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that, thanks for tuning in to our endgame altering analysis of Super Mario RPG. If you'd like to join us on our YouTube voyage and help us stop Smithy once and for all, then the subscribe button is just what you're looking for. Thanks for watching, guys and gals, and until our next video, cheers. You've made it to the end of the video, but wait, your quest isn't over yet. If you're looking for some more Super Mario RPG action, you can always check out my Pixel Portal episode about the Sunken ship. It was an area I remember fondly from the game. If you're looking for some more analysis about the world of Mario, you may actually want to swing over to the land of Luigi and see my thoughts on the portrait ghosts from Luigi's mansion. Are they just works of art, or actual spirits? I have a slew of other videos on my channel too, so regardless, I hope you enjoy.